All right. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome,
Hey
everybody.
everybody! Hey everybody!
Yes. So, what's up, girly girl? Welcome to This
Listen,
or That podcast.
yes, it's gotten to the point, we had this little spew that we do all the time. And now it's just like, hey everybody. Y'all already know what it is.
Now we got stuck.
Right. It's been on this and that podcast.
Yes, bet on This or That podcast, which is what we like to consider our potpourri of shit. Shit, 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 shit. Just a lot of stuff that we have been going through in the last 20 years of transitioning since we've been back from the military. And I tell you, it is such a trip. It is such a trip. And at the end of the day, we are learning so much about ourselves and what we like and dislike. So, with that being said, what are we talking about today, Lisa?
Today, I'm sorry.
Chuckles over
Today,
here.
today's topic is called Look at Me Now.
All right. Hey.
Look at me now, people. And look at me now. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, I'm posing over here like look.
So I don't even know. Like I tell you guys all the time, Faith and I, we don't have any scripts to this stuff. We just do it. So
Yeah, that
for
yeah.
me, when we were discussing, having our little meetings, we talking about the topics of things, and we came up with this. Look at me now. I just want to tell y'all. For me, I just wanted to. When we say "look at me now," you use that phrase pertaining to yourself, because I'm gonna constantly use it to pertain to me, because I'm an expert in Lisa, and I might say we or you or us. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say a lot of I, because this episode is for me personally. Look at me now. I'm talking about myself. So I wanted to start off with. I wanted to say that self celebration.
Mm.
Self celebration. Again, I'm talking about myself. Self celebration. But what that is celebrating the person that I am now.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Absolutely.
not my future self or the person that I wish to be. It's about accepting, encouraging, and empowering myself in this moment.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think that you can celebrate who you are anytime or any place and for any reason. And
Mm.
I've come to realize too, when I'm talking about myself and celebrating myself, it's not bragging. By no means is it bragging, because it's not meant for anybody but me. So I'm celebrating myself and my unique qualities, I think it boosts my self-esteem. It increases my happiness. It cultivates what am I looking? It cultivates a more positive outlook that I have on my own life.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
and I want to say also, I want to say to people, we've been through a lot. And when I say we, I'm talking about Faith and I right now. And so I'm so glad that we don't look like what we've been through. And
Mm.
we probably said that on here before.
Yeah.
But throughout all this, I honestly, I have to say that I've learned how to celebrate myself more and give myself that attention that I may have been looking for from others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when I'm like, look at me now, like I'm still a work in progress,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm striving to be this better person, not for anybody else, but just for me. So yeah,
Yeah.
look at me now.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah. I
look at me
mean,
now.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Piggybacking on what you said, my teacher used to tell me, my English teacher, shout out to Mr. Russo, rest in peace. He used to say, "Don't ever say that you're piggybacking or that you agree with somebody. Say that your ideas agree with mine."
I like that.
I used to love it when he used to correct us to say that. He said, "No, no, 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 no. you let them know that your ideas agree with yours. So Lisa, your ideas agree with mine. Okay.
I think.
It's just, and see, that's just a way of building your own self up. That your idea, like my ideas, are no less than yours. Our ideas
Exactly.
parallel and match each other. So,
Yes.
and with that being said, that was just a sidebar. But with that being said, absolutely, I believe that who I was way back when and who I am to now, who I am now, excuse me, are two different people.
Yes.
I brought this up before that somebody once told me that, you know, they wish they had the old faith back. But if you ever remember the old faith and the new faith, you know, obviously two different people. And the person that I am now, I actually like a lot more than I was before. I was at one point in a dark place. You know, you never saw it because I stayed smiling, or I always had to put this facade or mask on, you know, to make people believe that, you know, I'm actually in a good place. But not all the time was I there. You know, that was in, you know, in a darker place more times than I was in a
And
more
I can
happy place.
and I can I'm sorry, and I can
Mhm.
vouch for that people that the faith that you guys see before you now is a totally different faith than what I met 20 plus years ago.
Yeah, and even before
Totally different
that,
person.
Lisa, even
Yeah,
before that,
totally
even
different.
20 years before that,
Right.
I
See?
wasn't the same. I wasn't
And
that
it's a great
person.
thing because we need to continue to evolve. We
Yes,
need to
yes.
be continue to evolve. So yeah, she is a different faith.
Yes. So yeah, I know I definitely know that my growth has come from the experiences that I've had with you know, with Lisa, being in the military, with you know, our other two girlfriends, Diana and Amber. And you know, I know that, you know, for a fact that they did not find me where they left me. And I believe
Absolutely.
we all are in that space where we did not find each other where we left each other. If that was the case, then I don't think I would have been able to be a friend to any one of
Wow.
them. You know, being in that dark place, I don't think I would have been able to be a friend to any one of them. So looking at me now, I know that I am very grateful for the growth that that's come into my life. And you know, I just use my past as just you know, foundation of what I've been through, and knowing where I don't want to go, or want to be in the future. And you know, that's where that no good and no better comes from. It's just like when you know good for yourself, you know better for
Right.
tomorrow. You could always make yourself a better person for tomorrow. And it's not just for you, it's just for the people around you as well. So yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's funny because I think that we all should always take some time or take a moment
Mm,
to celebrate the beautiful. And when I say women, I'm talking about all women. We're women, but you can apply this to the guys too. But always
mm,
take a moment to celebrate the beautiful woman that you've become.
mm-hmm,
That because I always try to take a moment to celebrate the beautiful woman that I've become, the obstacles that I've overcome, the silent battles that I fought that no one even knew existed. You understand what I'm saying? The hard decisions that I've had to make.
mm,
You know, I tried through all that, and it's not easy. I
mm-hmm,
tried through all that to remember to celebrate myself. So
mm-hmm,
I say that because it's it's easy for you to say it. It's easy for me to say it. But I've actually been through a lot of stuff,
mm,
which a lot of us have different things and sometimes similar things. But I've had to make those really hard decisions. I've overcome things and had to go through things that nobody even knew existed. I had to make those hard decisions for not just decisions for myself, for my family as a whole. And it's hard when you're in that position to be able to look at the bright side of things or to be able to celebrate you, self-care, whatever
mm,
that celebration may look like to you. So I want to pat myself on the back because I've taught myself to celebrate myself, even through the hard times, because the hard times aren't going to last forever. They are not. I promise you that once it stops raining, once it stops thundering and lightning,
weeping may endure for a night.
Exactly. But joy cometh in the morning. The sun is going to shine and you might even get a rainbow out of it. But the sun is going to come out the next day. The sun will come out tomorrow.
Oh, Lord. We can start with the singing already. It's too early. No,
it's too early. But y'all let her know it's never too early for y'all to hear this.
Never too early.
Voice.
It's never too early for you to hear.
Listen, they've been making me cage this voice for a long time. I've been caging it, but now someone found the key and let me out.
Somebody found the key, threw it away, and let the voice out. La 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 la.
See, we gotta bring it back in. Look at me now. We gotta bring it back in.
Yeah, you know what, Eddie? Listen, it's the whole the even that alone, like, you know, I joke about Lisa's voice. I always joke about her singing because she always likes to sing. Like whether she's in tune, out of tune, whatever, it doesn't matter. But you know, I'm not going to stifle her. I'm not going to stifle her because seeing who she is now, I enjoy the singing. Okay, I actually do enjoy the singing because you know, Lisa yesterday may not have been the one to sing, like, you know, and I'm glad that, you know, she found that melodic
voice.
melodic voice to use, her singing voice, not just her speaking voice, because her speaking voice is woo, her speaking voice comes at a cost, but her singing voice comes with comes from a place of happiness and pure joy, and if anybody who knows, you know, anything can make you happy, but you know, not everything can give you joy, and joy is something that nobody can take away. Nobody can take away. So when I hear her sing, it's pure joy for me and for her.
Exactly. And see, Faith can say stuff like that because, again, Faith and I have been knowing each other for a really long, and you know, I keep saying this, 20 plus years. It doesn't seem like it's been that long because it doesn't seem like it was 20 plus years ago that we were in Iraq, but it's been 20 years. Like, so she can say stuff like that because she genuinely knows me. Like she knows my heart. She knows when I'm coming from a good place. She knows if I'm pissed off at somebody. Which I have to say is not very often anymore because I celebrate myself. I'm just in a good place in my life, like right now. Like, and when I say right now, I don't just mean at this moment. I mean in general. The year started off great. The last year, like I've grown a lot, and I've noticed the growth, and that's a great thing, a great experience too for me. Like I've not only grown, but I've noticed the growth in myself, and I'm talking about the all around me. Like I've been praying for this for years, for patience. And because my patience is very thin. Like I have a lot of patience for children, for kids, but adults, I don't have a lot of patience for. I don't have a lot of patience for stupidity and people that don't have common sense or don't use the common sense.
I think I told you the other day. It's one thing to be stupid, but it's another thing to be old and stupid.
Old and stupid. That's what she actually told me that yesterday. She said that we were having a
in-depth conversation,
unscheduled meeting. I want to say,
yes.
She certainly let me. She wasn't talking to me, people. We were just having a conversation.
Yes.
Like, what? She was saying, "It's one thing to be stupid, but to be old and stupid, yeah."
I mean,
right there, you got work on that.
That just means you just want to go through your life just being a ignorant somebody and not take accountability for it, and you can't do that. Yeah, okay, get in. I need a close up. You can't do that. You can't do that. Come on.
Not old and stupid.
Not old and stupid. Come on. Come on. Break it. You got to break out of something.
Oh my goodness.
How about break out of that? Get in here. Break out of that.
That's when you
Okay.
need to change, and then you can come back to our topic. Look at me now. Then you can say, "Hey, I used to be old and stupid, but look at me now." You know?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to touch on something just a little bit. So, when we're talking about like, look at me now and changes and stuff like that. So, I've had a hard struggle with my physical me, and I used to tell Lisa this before. I said, before I got into the military, I was 127 pounds. And when I came out, I was not.
That's all that midnight child.
All that midnight child. Oh, and then the stress, and then, getting, becoming a woman of a certain age, the menopausals, all that stuff. But yeah, so I have not been happy with my weight and everything like that, because it fluctuated up and down, and then trying to find that happy space of saying, okay, well, I'm good. I'm a thick miss, and merry thickness, and
Merry thickness.
to be happy with it. And to be happy with it. So I know that it was always a struggle for me. So one of the things that I know that I've been working on doing is trying to correlate my mindfulness, my mental happiness, or my not mental happiness, but my mental, and parallel that with my physical, and seeing where the correlation is between how I react to working out when I get up in the morning. So so far what I've been doing was I just get up early in the morning, get on the treadmill, get on the bike, and try to get myself, motivated to work out. But what I've never really understood was like my mood. Well, I understood it, but I just never acknowledged it, that my mood in the morning sets the pace for my workout that day.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I actually started putting together a journal. And what I do is, the first thing I do is I write out how I feel that moment before working out. Do I feel happy? Do I feel sad? Am I tired? Am I depressed? Whatever I'm feeling that day, that's exactly what I'm writing out. And then I take the next step and I ask myself, well, do I feel like working out today? So it could be, yeah, I feel like working out. I'm ready to crush this workout or whatever. And then it could be like, I'll probably work out probably maybe 30 minutes instead of a whole hour, or I just don't feel like working out at all. Based off of what those comments are, all based off of what my answer is, I go in a little deeper. So why don't I want to work out? Or if I do want to work out, what do I plan on doing today? Do I plan on, getting in there and doing a bunch of crunches? Do I want to get on the bike? Do I want to get what is my plan for that day when I get into the workout session? And then once I've completed my workout, I go back and evaluate how I feel afterwards. Do I still feel the same? Has my mood changed since then? And then I set my goal for the next day. If I decide to work out the next day, right. So I set my goal for the next day. And so far, it has been good, because I keep a daily record of just how I feel emotionally, and how much of that affects my want or need to want to work out that next day, or that day, on that day. And I set my goal. And if my goal matches, if my goal is reasonable, measurable, if it's smart, then I go and move forward with it. That's how I've been doing it. And it's just a way to again, measure where I am mentally, and where I want to be physically, in a size 10, and weighing 150 pounds.
Well, the good thing I think that I've heard what you were saying is there's self-motivation in that. And that's a good place for you to be, to have self, because you don't really need anybody to wake you up and say, hey, private, we go on. You don't need anybody yelling and screaming or pushing you to do it.
But it was easier because I had no choice.
Of course, it was easier because it was forced on you. This actually, like you said, this is your choice to do it. And for you to have that self-motivation when you get up, even though you might be like, you know what, today I don't want to do it, but then something makes, why not? And I say that because, I do this 4 mile walk every day. Well, not every day. I try to do it 5 days a week. I'm definitely not doing it on the weekends. The weekends are for me.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 days a week. And I can be on Tuesday and I'll get up because I go early in the morning. I won't do it when it's raining. Um, but sometimes I'll get up and put my stuff on and boom, I'm out the door at 7 o'clock, 6:30, whatever it is, I'm out the door and I'll do this 4 mile walk and I'm back in an hour. Some days I'll get up and I'm fine, slept well, but it's just, that I don't want to do it. And then something will say to me, Lisa, why not? It's only an hour of your life. Like in an hour, you'll feel better when you do it. You
You'll
see,
be good.
yes, I feel so much better once I do it. But I realized for me, the reason why I wasn't doing it as consistent as I should have been prior to, the only thing I had that was stopping me from doing this 4 mile walk 5 days straight,
Mm.
the only thing that was stopping me was excuses.
Mm.
That was it. The only thing that was stopping me, because when I weighed the pros and cons, and I'm having this conversation with myself. I'm like, why can't you, all this stuff? And the only thing that I could come up with, everything was an excuse.
No,
So
so
what
it
I
was you.
did,
You were in. You getting in the
it was
way.
me. Now I'm a self motivator. I motivate myself. Once I started, I'm gonna do it. But when those excuses stand next to that self motivation take a seat, and the excuses are there. And so I decided to remove all the excuses. Every time I felt like, why aren't you getting up? An excuse would pop up because that would be the only thing, an excuse.
Well, how
So
does
I
that
was like,
match up? Oh, I'm
it
sorry. Go ahead.
doesn't. It doesn't because every time I say, oh, I'll go, I'm not gonna go today. I just don't feel like getting out the bed. Like the bed feels really good. Like I don't want to get up. That's an excuse. I said, Lisa, get up. So I just have to, I'm a self motivator. So I get up, I do it. I'm sluggish because I don't really want to get out the bed. But once I put my clothes on and start walking on that trail, I have my music in my ear. I am so great, so sorry, so glad that I did it. And on the way coming back, because like I said, I do a 4 mile walk and it takes me about an hour. And by the time I'm getting back home and I get inside my house, when I tell you, I feel so good. And I'm not
completely
talking,
different.
yes, and I'm not talking about just physical. I'm talking about my mind. My thought process changes, like I can think clearer. Like everything about this 4 mile walk is not, it's no harm in it when it comes to me.
Yeah.
Everything that I get out of it is something good.
Yes.
So I have to remember that every time I get up in the morning and don't want to do it, those excuses come. Now, I know some people are going to listen to this and they're going to be like, well, your excuse that you don't want to do it in the rain. Listen, sweetie, I'm not walking out in the rain for anything. Like I'm not going to walk 4 miles in the rain with braids, and definitely without the braids. I'm definitely not doing it. But I'm not going to get out there and risk the chance of me getting sick and just getting soaking wet and making the walk not enjoyable at all. So I'm not doing it in the rain. So y'all can save y'all comments on that. But I'm not doing it in the rain. Not. Well, when I say not doing it, we're talking about walking because I'll do a lot of stuff in the rain.
Walking.
And that's what
Somebody gonna come in on that conversation and say, doing it in the rain. Ain't nothing wrong doing it in the rain. No, walking in the rain.
That's for better on at dark. That's
after dark.
After dark. After dark. That's for after dark. But and I say that too because look at me now. Because now, like I said, I'll do my 5 Monday through Friday. I'm doing my 5 mile Monday through Friday, the 5 days out the week, not including the weekends. I'm doing this 4 mile walk, and when I tell you, it makes me feel good. Now, maybe last year or 2 years ago, I wouldn't do it. I used to do 2 miles, and just gradually I went up to 4 miles, and hopefully eventually I'll do a little bit more. But right now the 4 miles just feels really good and it works for me. And I don't know. I think once you just remove excuses, not just from the war, that's
Yeah.
just for me. When you remove those excuses from your life, period,
Yeah.
you'll accomplish a whole lot more because you'll look at things and realize the only thing that's holding you back are excuses.
Yes.
Why
Yes.
why aren't you going on that job interview? Why aren't you trying to
Mm,
get a raise, a
mm.
higher position at your job? Why aren't you going to the gym? Why
Why are
aren't
you
you?
happy where you are? Why are you
Why
just your level best?
exactly?
Why be just your
Why
level
there?
best?
I
Mm,
promise you, wherever anybody is in your life right now, there's always a higher plateau for you to reach. Always.
hmm.
And the only thing that's stopping you are excuses.
And I think that that level of being uncomfortable um, moves you
Yes, it
from
should.
your old self to
It
your new
should.
self. That level of being uncomfortable. I think that's that we could touch on this for a little bit. And I think this is where we are. Like when we talked about our old selves and in comparison to our new selves, there was that catalyst of uncomfortability. That's the
Yes.
word. It is today. Uncomfortability. Right on this thing, just making up her own words. Yes, I'm is. Yes, I'm
Yes,
is.
I miss.
So there's that level of being uncomfortable, uncomfortability that makes you into that whole other person that you were not before. And that's always a good
Yes.
thing. I want to say that's always a good thing. As long as it's going in the right direction, it's always a good
Yes.
thing. But if I go back to saying if I had stayed in that dark place. Now, as much as I didn't want to be in that dark place, it was the thing I knew and it was the thing that I was comfortable in.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to change that. I didn't want to get out of that. Not that I didn't want to get out of that. I did not know how to get myself out of that. And because it was so
Comfortable.
comfortable in a sense, I stayed there because it was the devil I knew, so to speak.
Mm, mm.
you know.
Wow.
But once I made up my mind and said, okay, listen, I don't want to be in here anymore. I saw folks, living their best life. And I'm just like, I want to live that best life too. I want to, feel like, I'm happy every day. Even if I'm not happy every day, I want to at least feel the joy. I want the joy, not just the happiness, but the joy that comes
Yes.
along with it. And again, what I said before, joy is something that the
No
world
one.
can't give you and it
And
can't take away from you. It's
absolutely.
that inner thing that, like, no matter what adversity comes around you, the fact that you have that joy just in you, it's in your life or whatever, you could look at adversity and be like, okay, well, ah,
It is what it
but
is.
I got all my teeth though. So that's that joy. That's that
Yes.
joy. Ah, eh, what you said the basement's flooded? Okay, but at least I got my teeth.
At least I
Let's
got
go. What does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with nothing. But the fact that you found something
You have
joyful
to
in
find,
that whole
yes.
situation, you can move forward with it. And I think that's where I wanted to be. So yeah, that whole look at me now, yeah. Um, it's how you react to it. It's how you react to the
Yes.
adversity in your life. Now I'll tell you, I brought up my basement because I've been having floods in my basement, and it's a fight to the finish, and it's okay, it's okay. And I can sit here all day and groan and be upset and be mad. Oh no, water's coming into my basement, yada 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 yada. But at the end of the day, I got my teeth, so
That's
I'm
it.
just happy about it. I got my teeth, got a place to live. That's
Say
okay.
water's coming in the basement, but at least it didn't make it to the first floor. This
It
she
didn't make it
said,
to
I
it
got
didn't
my
make it to the
teeth.
first floor.
I
And I
got
got my teeth.
I
And I
got
got my
my
teeth.
teeth.
I know somebody's on there be like, what does the basement have to do with her teeth? It don't.
It doesn't have anything, but at least she have her teeth.
Yeah.
A lot of people out here
But
don't have
any other time had I been that other person, trust and believe, I would have been miserable.
just crying about this situation
Crying
almost
about
every
it,
day. Yes.
not moving forward,
No.
just stuck.
like
stuck in
that
the
flood in the basement would have been the end of the world per se.
yes,
Like it would have
yes,
been like everything has to stop because the basement is flooded. Like it takes everything from you. It takes everything.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
and that's why I'm glad you said, look at me now, because that's the growth and the evolving that you've done, because the little things can't matter as much because you understand what I'm saying? Because if you let those little things, especially things you have no control over, things that you cannot change, if you allow them to drown,
Hmm.
no pun intended, to drown you.
Gee, thanks, Lisa.
Allow those little things to drown you. Imagine when something massive comes around, you will not
Mm,
be able to function. You will not be able to survive that. So you have to learn how to find the joy in the little things. When big things per se
hmm.
happen in your life, you have to be able to laugh about it. And I can tell
Hmm.
you that we weren't always able to laugh
No.
about that stuff. So much has happened to us. And when I say us, I'm talking about Faith and I. You can put
Hmm.
yourself in this scenario, but so much has happened to us. And sometimes I look back and I say, wow, how did
Mm,
we make it through that? And
mm,
then other times I'll look back and I'll say, just by the grace of God, we made out of it.
hmm.
It just depends on how you look at it because the things that we've been through, um, and I'm specifying this is only for Faith and I, and it's because we were overseas fighting in a war. And I'm not talking about, our personal lives when it comes separately. I'm talking about
Hmm.
something together. And the stuff that we've been through and had to endure, the stuff that we've seen and we've done, you know, um, that's enough to break a person.
Mm,
And one point in our lives, we were on the brink or the edge of being broken.
mm.
Depression, PTSD, all the injuries. Um, for me, you think that you can't get past that, or that it would hurt you or damage you or cause you to make these bad decisions in your life where you might hurt or harm yourself or others.
Yeah.
Um, and we've been able to, I don't want to say get past it because it's still there, but we were able to, I guess, no pun intended again, we were able to ride this wave and
Yeah.
and come out on the other side.
Hmm.
We're still,
Riding the wave.
we're still riding this wave. The only
Hmm.
thing is the wave is not as big as it used to be.
And
It's
even
still
if
a
it
wave.
was, we don't make it big.
We don't exactly.
We have the power not to make that wave big.
Yes, we
Hmm.
can. We still riding this wave. It's just that we've adjusted a little bit better.
Hmm. Hmm.
We've adjusted. We roll and we've adjusted to this a little bit better. But the
Yeah.
waves are still there. We've just
Yeah.
adjusted a little better. I mean, look at me now.
Yeah. We're not riding that we're not riding that raft on what Tom Hanks was riding. What was the name of that movie again?
When he was saying,
Castaway. Was it
yeah,
Castaway? Yeah.
yeah, you know
We're
what?
not riding that raft with
Let me just
Wilson.
say this because she brought up Castaway, and you guys gonna have to go back and look at it. But we've told you plenty of times that Faith was in a different unit, I was in a different unit, and we got put with the 736 transportation company out of Bakersfield, California. If you
Hmm.
look at the movie Castaway, that door, whatever, when he's get pushed up on the shore, whatever. Uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know if it was the door or a box or whatever. It had Bakersfield, California.
Yeah, it sure did.
Bakersfield,
Yeah, it had
California.
Bakersfield, California. That was
So
too
that's crazy.
coinkadinky.
Yeah. So I remember that. So when she just said Castaway, yeah, that
Yeah,
reminded
but
me.
yeah, we're not riding that raft, that
Right.
makeshift raft on those waves we're talking about. We've learned how to build a bigger boat, build a
Yeah.
better boat, a
Yes.
more sturdier boat, and at the same time, we're actually pulling each other along.
Ooh,
Those
that
waves.
was
So it's not,
good.
we're not, yeah. Oh, thank you. We're
That
not
was
going
good.
in on our own. We're not going in on our own. We have provisions. We
Mm.
have support. We have better paddles. You know, we know how to swim. You know,
Hey,
so we're just not treading water. We're
right.
actually able to float and
Oh,
swim along. Girl, see
I love it.
that flooded basement came in handy. And we got our teeth.
We came out of this with our teeth, people.
With our teeth. Oh my gosh.
We might have to put a thumbnail on this one and be like, at least we got our teeth.
At least we got our teeth. Doink. Hey, some of them might be dentures, but they got my teeth.
These are my teeth.
Oh, these are mine too. I can't snap them out if I wanted
I
to.
can't pull them out. None of that stuff. I hope that'll never happen to me. You know, speaking of teeth, I know we always veer it off. My dad will be 95 years old this year.
Amen.
And my daddy has listen to me, 95 years old, he'll be in June. All 32 of his teeth. He don't have no dentures. He had some, some cavities, filled and all that stuff, but he has, and I think it's amazing because I only have 31 because I have
Does that include your wisdom?
Yeah, I still have my wisdom teeth. They've never, my wisdom teeth they have never ever given me any issues. So, the military, because they good for, especially when you about to go overseas, they good for putting their knee in your chest and yanking them babies out. But no,
I've been through that.
I have all of my teeth. And my dad has all of his teeth. Shout out to my dad. Yeah.
Shout out, Dad.
He'd be 95 years old, people, and he has all of his teeth. And
shout out, Mr. McCord. Yeah.
The next time you see your cousin or your aunt or your auntie, whatever y'all call it, your uncle, your all of them, and they be like, yeah, they got the stuff in a glass or whatever, that dentures and all that stuff. And they be like, well, they 80, they gonna wear dentures negative. My daddy be 95 and he got all his teeth. All his teeth. So it's possible. Brush and floss, people. Gargle,
brush and floss.
Gargle, go to the dentist.
Brush and floss. This is a PSA from
This is a PSA. If you want to have all your teeth, when all else fail, at least you can say you got all your teeth.
Well, I can't say I got all my teeth, but I can say I got my teeth.
I'm missing one. So I have 31, but I got that pulled out years ago. But yeah, I have all my teeth.
I got all my teeth.
Shout out to having all your teeth. Your basement.
Listen,
but no knocking.
Exactly. No knocking those who got to put them in a glass jar.
Right.
Listen.
At least you were smart enough to put them in a glass.
First of all, at least you got them.
Right. Because some people, they don't have none. Like
they ain't got nothing.
You know what? This don't have anything to do with anything. But since we're talking about teeth.
Oh Lord.
Those who know somebody or don't have teeth, and when I say don't have teeth, I'm talking about dentures or none of that stuff. You just gumming it. How is it difficult to eat corn?
Shut up. Shut up. Stop
it. Because someone told me that, after a while your gums get really hard and tough, but ain't nothing like a tooth. But they say it get tough and they can eat corn on the cob. I want to see it. So if you know somebody and the barbecues are coming up soon, videotape them and send vet on this and that at gmail.com. Send us a video.
The email is posted. Talk about it.
Send me a video of somebody eating corn on the cob. I mean, really eating corn on the cob with no teeth. Like, I'm amazed at that because that's something,
That's a look at me now moment right there.
Because if you can eat corn on a cob, really eat corn on a cob with no teeth at all in your mouth, listen, I know somebody that might want to hire you for.
cannot. Stop it.
There's a position open for you.
Oh, my Lanta.
Go that way, but you know what? Listen, this is the I'm interested.
Now you piqued my interest too. Now I'm interested. I know. It wasn't even a question. It wasn't even a question in my repertoire, but here it is now.
Let us know. I'm really intrigued by that. I want to see who that is. And matter of fact, if you can send me a video of someone that can actually eat corn on the cob with no teeth, we will have them as a guest on this show. Mm-hmm. We will have, they will be a guest. And I don't know if we're going to call it yet, but
we'll figure out a name for it. We'll figure out a name for
you it. Can do it.
And this is why she's my co-host. This is why she's my co-host. Oh, you can't find friends like this. You can't find friends like
hot
this.
In here.
Just coming up with. See, I told you we don't talk bullshit. We talk crazy shit. We talk dumb shit. We don't talk bullshit.
And this is the conversations that Faith and I always have normally. This is normal conversation. This is what it is. She and we'll be on the phone.
I didn't plan on this conversation. I didn't plan on this part of the conversation. I did not. This is not. It's unscripted. And none of this is scripted. I promise you. None of this is scripted. It's just a notebook and some ideas.
And if it was scripted, somebody need to give us a job because there'd be some damn good acting going on.
Oh my goodness. She said just straight gumming it. I can't. Let's make it work, people. Let's make it work.
Listen, no teeth. You don't have to worry about getting up in the morning other than washing your face and showering. You ain't got to worry about brushing your teeth. I think you still would have to gargle.
Yeah, no, you still gotta clean. Yeah, you still gotta clean the insides. Yeah, you still gotta
clean the insides. Your tongue or something. You should.
Yeah.
But you don't have no teeth, so you're not gonna get no plaque. Like the bad breath ain't gonna start in between the teeth. It would be on the tongue.
No, yeah, it would be at that point. It would be on the tongue. You definitely have to. Yeah, that's all part of oral.
Unless you just had a clean mouth, and you didn't have to do that. I can tell you, my mouth.
I'm sorry.
You just use your mouth for talking and eating, then you good. But if you got other extracurricular things you do with your mouth, then you might need some Listerine, the brown one, because that one is.
She said the brown one. Why? No, the purple one is good too. The purple one is good too. The purple one fights tartar. The purple one fights tartar. But it's yeah. But no, I'm saying though. I mean, the plaque. You still get plaque on your tongue. You gotta get all that.
Negative. You don't get plaque on your tongue.
Well, you get whatever. What's that stuff that grows up on the tongue? Then dentists, any dentists, all hygienists out there. Please answer the questions. We're just not just being.
Yeah, but I don't think you need the brown one because the brown one kills all the bacteria that's in your mouth. The colorful ones fight off tartar and plaque. You don't need that if you don't have any teeth.
She said you need the brown one. The brown. That's that brown liquor. Get that brown liquor.
No, what you might be able to just gargle with some Hennessy. And
hey, maybe gargle with some Hennessy, get litty in the city.
How in the world did we go from looking?
I have no idea. I have no idea. It has something to do
corn with no teeth.
It has something to do with the basement.
It has something to do with the basement.
Oh my goodness. Oh, somebody out there will be like, what the hell are they gonna come up with next? Same problem.
Nobody's safe here. Nobody. Nope. And listen, it only gets better. Every episode gets a little bit better. So listen, when we do these episodes, Faith and I, we're in it. So we don't get to see and hear ourselves really. We just regular conversating. But when we go back and we look to do editing and all that,
we stop and say, what the hell?
Sometimes
I know, at least I say it. What the hell?
sometimes I can't get through the whole thing. I gotta call her up because I'm laughing so hard. Like, is that what we doing? We said,
That's what we talked about, girl. Bye. What the hell?
but at the end of it all, I'm like, oh yeah, they gonna love this.
I can imagine what your family's saying. Oh, my family, they just shake their head.
Listen.
So
They
you just
call me up. They call me up and tell me, they watching it or whatever. And they be like, you and Faith, y'all need your own talk show for real. Let us get
I'm telling you. But see, no, I told you. Listen, I done told you my family's African. I have every African, straight African. So they looking at this, they sucking it in. My God. My God. You mean this child is getting on here and she is talking about this? What is her problem? Oh, what? She is a clown. Huh? I can't even get the accent out right because it was just so much going on.
We're gonna have to have, you know what? I just thought when you said that. We need to bring Amanda on here one time. Amanda's face.
One time.
Just one time. We can't give Amanda a whole hour. We're gonna give her 30 minutes.
Only 30? She go, Sean, all right. Talk about 30 minutes. She gonna take over the whole show. We're gonna put my twin.
Yes. We're gonna put her twin. No, I'm serious. They look alike. Yes. They do look a lot alike.
Yeah, we do look alike. No, it's not that bad. No, she don't know me like that.
Listen,
she don't know me like that.
There's a story that needs to be told.
Oh Lord.
And we can't tell it. It's hilarious, but we cannot. I don't think we would give it enough justice. Even I'm telling you, Amanda has to tell it herself.
Oh, is this the nail polish? The nail polish story. She got to talk about the nail polish story. We're going to leave that one alone for the next time.
When we were at Faith's house celebrating when she, were we there because, was that the time we were there when you purchased the house?
Yeah, when I purchased the house. Mm-hmm.
That was like three years ago or something. We were there. Mm-hmm. But again, Amanda has to be on here to tell that story. So one day, maybe, I don't know when, maybe in the summer, whatever, we'll try to get Amanda on here. And y'all in for some. Or we might have to save her for Vet on After Dark.
Turn off the lights.
And light a candle.
Hey.
Tonight I'm in a romantic mood.
Again, this is all for entertainment purposes. We do not own the rights to this song. They coming around knocking on my door trying to get some money. Damn all that.
Together. I wash your body, you wash mine. Oh my goodness. Woo-hoo. Wow. Woo. Shout out to watchers. Shout out to Teddy Pendergrass. He passed away a few years ago, but I love
rest in peace, Teddy P. Yeah, rest in peace, Teddy P. That man had a voice on him. Oh, have mercy.
Yeah, I think Jaheim sounds a little bit like him. If y'all remember who Jaheim is, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. My man was Marvin Gaye. My man was Marvin Gaye.
Well, listen, speaking of Marvin Gaye, there is a young gentleman out. His name is October London. He sounds like a young Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
And when I tell you that brother's bad, y'all go out and check out October London. Shout out to October London, and let him know that we mentioned him on the podcast too. We gonna hashtag him on @October London, so he might want to go and listen to this. Yeah.
I was gonna say that my song. Please, y'all don't judge me. Leave me be. My song has always been "Don't Ask Me Why" from Marvin Gaye, "Sexual Healing." Now, mind you, as a young child, no, I'm serious. Here's the crazy thing, because as a young child, right? As a young child, we would go to these, we would go to these parties. We would go to these African parties and stuff like that. And you go to the dance hall, and they would play all sorts of music, African music, American music, whatever. And one of the songs that they would love playing was either "Kool and the Gang," "Celebrate,"
Of course.
Ladies Night, Marvin Gaye, and one of the songs was Sexual Healing. So and I don't know why I always like that song, but of course the lyrics to the song are a little suggestive.
Just a little.
Just a little suggestive. And so the thing, the line, the line that always got me as a young child, which was confusing to me, the gist of it was he was the one not feeling well, right? Mm-hmm. But the nurse, he would ask for her to open up for her to take the medicine. And I would always say, well, if he's sick, why she got to take the medicine? After a while, as I got older, the light bulb came on. And ding, it was
okay. Then you really like the song then.
His thing was open up and let me in. No, here's your medicine. Open up and let me in. I'm like, well, wait a minute. He's the one that's sick. Why is she got to take the medicine? Now I know. And knowing, yeah.
That's the type of medicine you get over the counter. You didn't need a prescription.
Get over the counter or get on the counter.
Either or.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Daggone African families. just play these African music. Just stay with African music, please. Look at me now.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. Back then I didn't know what it was. Now I do. Terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Look at me now. You got a little smarter and a little wiser.
Got a little smarter, a little wiser. Like, oh Lord. Lord,
they got a little sexual healing.
Yeah, they go all the innocence. Out the window. God dang it. Oh my Lord. Anyway.
What?
Sauce is laughing. But anyway, so here we are now come up to the segment in our show where we are going to
no good and no better.
So I said earlier on in the show that no good, no better is just a segment that just discusses about the stuff that you learn now to make you a better you for tomorrow. So the stuff that you know now makes you a better you tomorrow. And trust and believe, if you didn't know it then, you wouldn't know it now, and you couldn't be a better person for tomorrow. So my no good, no better for today is turn on the light. Turn on the light and look at that mirror. The person that you're looking at is not the person that you were yesterday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't know where I was going with when I said turn on the light.
No.
Yeah. You can't see yourself. You can't see yourself in the dark.
Absolutely, you can't.
You can't see yourself in the dark. You got to turn on that light. You got to look in that mirror and recognize the person that you were yesterday is not the person that you are today. Even the person that you were 24 hours ago is not the same person that you are 24 hours later. There's always something that you learn about yourself that makes you a better person, that makes you know good and makes you know better for the next day or the next you, and makes you better for the next person.
That was really, really good.
Yeah, I know. I got deep on you, didn't I? Didn't know where I was going with it, did you?
Well, everybody knows after no good, no better, we do
the quote
of the day.
Yes.
And this quote could or could not have anything to do with the topic that we were talking about today. Sometimes I surprise myself. Sometimes I have quotes actually ready. Sometimes I pick it prior to, and sometimes I just spit out quotes, So today I decided I wanted to go with this quote that says, happiness is not by chance, but by choice.
I like
happiness is not by chance, but by choice. And that was written by Jim Rohn, or Ron is his name. And I like this quote because I always say that, when it comes to you being happy, you have to choose
Mm,
to be happy. Everyone else can add to your happiness, but being happy is a choice, and
mm,
only a choice that you can make for yourself. You cannot make someone else happy. And if someone else gives you the task of you don't make me happy. You can never make anyone else happy. That's a
mm.
task that they have to take on themselves. And how dare they ask you to make them happy when they obviously cannot make themselves happy? So
Wow.
being happy is a choice. And this quote is great. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. And with that being said, we are going to leave you guys.
Not for
And
long. We'll be
not
back.
for
We'll
long,
be
not for
back
long.
next week.
Right. And we just want to thank you guys so much again for always rocking with us, for always rocking
Mhm.
with Vet on this or that. And we
Thank
will
you.
see you next time.
Hey,
When
before we leave,
uh-oh.
just want to remind you to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that
Yes.
notification button as well. Like,
Yes.
subscribe, and share, and hit the notification button. We always got something new for y'all to do, right? Got homework. Like,
Yes.
subscribe, and share, and hit that notification button when we have our next episodes coming up, so you will be notified as well. Okay. So with
And
that being said,
with that being said, we will definitely see you guys next time when we vet
vet
on
on
this
this or
or that.
yeah.
Bye, everybody. Thank
Have a
you.
great one. Bye.
14 KJ.